Fox 5 is on top of breaking news as a fire broke out in Del Mar Heights, just to the west of the 5 freeway.
And this is a look as Sky Fox flies over that area near Del Mar Scenic Parkway. Multiple agencies are assisting in the effort to put it out, and CHP is now helping with evacuations. It is burning just south of Del Mar Heights Elementary School, and our Jaime Chambers, he joins us live from Del Mar Heights with the latest from the ground. Jamie.
Yeah, hi guys. It's been a pretty wild scene out here in Del Mar, completely displacing a lot of folks. But let me just take you up onto the hill. We're right here. What we're looking at is the ridge next to Mira, Montana. We're below that ridge in a neighborhood that is just on Boca Raton. People that know the area will understand where we're talking about. And this is the Torrey Pine State Reserve extension area. They have been battling this for a long time, for a couple hours now. That started earlier in the day. It settled down and then it came roaring back up. And you can see these choppers. That is a sheriff's department brand new chopper that they've been utilizing, staging out of Del Mar Heights and really working this edge because they're trying to make sure that this fire doesn't edge back down. But we have been seeing some black smoke flare-ups. We've been seeing a little bit of flames on the ridge, but so far the hand crews are doing a very good job of keeping it mostly at bay. There's defensive positions all over Mira, Montana, with full engine companies from San Diego, from Del Mar, from Rancho Santa Fe, all coming together, putting in a helping hand. We've seen a lot of choppers in the air. I've counted at least 4 aerial attack units from CAL FIRE, from SDG&E, and from San Diego Fire, all working in concert to make sure everyone is okay throughout that. That's another sheriff's unit flying over. But we're joined here with Charlie Crocker. He's grown up in this area, knows it like the back of his hand. Charlie, what have you been watching this afternoon? What are some of the concerns and what are some of the things you've seen that have been successful so far with these firefighters?
Well, the biggest concern is the homes. So this is the home that we've had for 30 years, and we want to make sure it's protected. Apparently this is going to be the conflagration point if the winds pick up. So we're most nervous about the winds. Standing at the fence here, we saw at least one ember that flared up. I saw flame. So they're not too concerned because the wind's pretty low. But I haven't seen this much air support in a long time.
Yeah, and if you just take a look down, you can see all the homes that are here. You can also see, I believe that's San Diego Fire. Or is that? Yes, that's San Diego Fire, all staged here inside the backs of these yards. Really in that defensive position.
We've got
just waiting.
Fire here as well.
Oh, you got Encinitas Fire. Yeah. So it's a complete group that is all showing up in that mutual aid, trying to protect all of the houses so far. And so far, they've done an excellent job that we've seen.
So far, it's been great. I don't know what's going on the other side of the hill, but we're really hopeful that this thing gets shut down soon.
From what you saw earlier, is it moving in the right direction from what you see?
It's kind of weird. It looks like it's clean, and then all of a sudden you see a big column of black smoke. So, it seems like it's a little less dense than it was when we got here a couple hours ago.
And it just changes so quickly.
It changes incredibly fast.
Thank you so much, Charlie. I really appreciate it. Cheers. Yeah. So we're going to be watching this all afternoon long, but if you just take a look, you're really watching hand crews start to dig through this, start to try to get their arms around it, start to cut some lines into this fire. But Mira, Montana is the evacuation zone, and that is a spot where they are spread out, and the defensive area is certainly there. We came down to be underneath these flames so we could see it come over the hillside, that crested ridge, so we could let people know exactly how far it's come. That's the very latest right here. Guys, if we'll send it back to you in the studio.
So Jamie, you're talking about the homes that are not too far away. Can you give us an idea how far the top of that ridge is from the homes? In other words, if the fire were to get to the top of that ridge, how far it would have to go? And also, the gentleman, I believe Charlie, was speaking about some embers. We talked about a fire that started, I think, about 10:30 this morning, and then later, this fire that we're looking at right now picking up kind of outside of the original fire line. Are embers flying through the air? Is wind pushing it? Have you seen anything like that? He kind of indicated that he had.
You know what we just see here? Take a look to your right. We just see a new fresh black column of smoke coming over our heads. That's kind of brand new. You see white for quite some time. That's always a good sign. And then you see a little bit more dark smoke, and that's problematic. And really is what we're dealing with is exactly what you said, Andrew. It's those embers, those single embers that hit a dried up tree, a dried up piece of brush, and all of a sudden we got a new fire front. And that's why no one's moving, no one's celebrating. Everyone's holding still, when you see just the white smoke, doesn't seem like that big of a deal. And then moments later, it all starts to light back up. We're in the backyard of a house, so we're not very close to any actual streets that we can point to. But if I could explain to you, if you know the area and you know it well, Mira, Montana is really at the corner of where that white smoke is. And that is where the choppers have been focusing all of their energy, all of their water power right on that corner, trying to knock it back. And there are a handful of fire crews that are standing by right there, just in defensive positions. They haven't had to tangle directly with the fire in front of those houses just yet. And for some of those homeowners, their houses have been completely frost checked, so they're pink, which is a terrible thing to wash off, but a wonderful thing to protect your home. So it's a sort of a double-edged sword. That frost check can absolutely save your house when those flames are coming up over the ridge. And again, we're seeing just a little bit more of that black smoke starting to crawl over that hillside, and you just hear that consistent rotor wash of choppers making that cycle all the way through. So the evacuation orders are in place for Mira, Montana. We're waiting for more evacuation orders. We did see...
They've also just set an evacuation warning on the north side of Del Mar Heights Road.
So there's an evacuation warning on the north side of Del Mar Heights Road, but right now, well, this is really helpful. Right now, this is the very latest zone. If you guys can zoom in on this right now, it'll show you the Torrey Pines Reserve area, and that's right where we're standing. So everything south of Del Mar Heights Road and Carmel Valley Road has been shut down. This is the voluntary evacuation. Some people have already taken off. Some people are standing by. But these are the big questions you have. What's there to protect? It's always better to just get out early, because when things really go down, there's such a crush of everyone trying to get out, and that's where people get hurt, mostly with car accidents, and people start to get really panicky. So let's just take you back up on the hillside, and we will have a lot more different angles too of this fire as it continues this afternoon.
Jaime, before we let you go, talk a little bit. We're looking at this back area that you're in. It's a reserve, so talk about all the brush and the fuel that is there to burn.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest difficulty with this fire so far. The dry vegetation is really driving this fire. The wind is there, but it's a cooler breeze. It doesn't gust too much, and that's a great thing for the firefighters, but this is really a vegetation fire that if it's just a single ember hits any of these bushes, you can have a brand new front, and it's difficult to beat that fire back because of the consistency of the dry fuel that's just waiting all the time for this. You also have a lot of these Torrey Pines trees. Those are a really difficult thing. If they're unlikely to light up, but if they do light up, that's a really difficult process, because that can throw embers in every different direction, and once it's into the canopy, it's very hard to stop. You have to dump water directly on top of the tree, and it is a very difficult fight at that point. So we're hearing, sounds like the Sikorsky coming back through, the bigger choppers coming our way. You can just hear that rotor wash. It's very impressive always when you see it, and it could be running right over us in just a sec. So we'll be standing by here for as long as you guys need us, but we'll be bumping to another spot in just a little while. So we'll keep monitoring this, and we'll send it back to you for the studio for now.
Okay, impressive drop right onto those active flames, as we have pictures from above and we have pictures from the ground as well. Jaime, thank you very much. Just stand by out there and get yourselves not only to safety, but also to a different perspective. I think you said you guys were trying to do. We also do want to talk about the conditions out there.
Absolutely.
And,
we've had a lot of heat the last couple of days, obviously very dry out there. That fire, though, was caught on the Alert California UC San Diego cameras. Thick smoke, obviously billowing as the wind pushed it up the ravine. Megan, talk about the winds that are possibly driving some of this fire, and obviously the conditions out there as far as humidity.
Yeah, so it's a really warm day, right? And as you were hearing Jaime speak about the winds, they're pretty light right now. It's a sea breeze. Any of the gusts that I've been noticing in the Del Mar Heights area have been up to 12 miles per hour out of the west. So it's coming off of the ocean. And this is kind of the terrain that firefighters are dealing with. It's uphill, right? So the fire is burning uphill in the Torrey Preserve into some of those neighboring areas. There is, for perspective, the Del Mar Heights Elementary right at the top here, that green patch. patch. And then a lot of people driving on the 5 freeway were noticing the smoke kind of billowing over the ridge there. But the winds are blowing from the west to the east. And so really the terrain is very difficult. When firefighters were on scene early this morning, they were talking about how the steep terrain was making it very difficult. That initial fire was only kept at a ½ acre. Of course, it's much bigger now, but you can see the steep terrain as the winds are kind of pushing it uphill. It's burning a little bit faster. When we talk about dry conditions, right, there's a couple of things that factor into the fuel moisture and the fuel conditions. So in the live shot, if maybe we can get a box side-by-side comparison right here with the Sky Fox video, grass you see is kind of that dry yellowish stuff. That's the flashy fuel that burns really, really quickly. And you can see a mixture of that with some of the green shrubbery. The green trees, when you see that, that's the live fuel moisture. So things that are still retaining water. It's a little bit more difficult to burn. The dead fuel moisture is what is really lighting and fueling the fire quickly, helping it to spread. The live fuel moisture, those trees, yeah, as you were hearing Jamie talk about, it's a bit difficult to light on fire. It's going to be a slower burn, but still they can catch fire and create the smoky conditions and also expand the fire as well. So we're looking at live photos from Sky Fox. You have a mixture of the dry and live fuel moisture. You have some hand crews on the ground right now trying to strengthen those containment lines. Winds are expected to stay relatively calm going into this afternoon. Like I mentioned, wind gusts out of the west anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, but the strongest I've seen so far this afternoon is at 12. Light sea breeze, and we're also talking about warm, really moist conditions out there. We've been dealing with a surge of tropical moisture coming off the weekend. It's kept relative humidity and those dew point temperatures at a pretty moist condition. Let's take a look at satellite radar and where the smoke is kind of blowing. So areas just downwind of it, so Mira Mesa, Poway, even into parts of Rancho Santa Fe, you're probably going to notice some of the smoky conditions as the smoke moves from the west to the east. And you can see that with our wind speeds right now. Here's a quick check on air quality. It's degraded to a moderate in the yellow from the coast even all the way out to Ramona. And here's a live look from the UC San Diego cameras there. We were watching this earlier as we were trying to get a good glimpse of the fire. There is it burning just off in the distance. So you can see that trail of smoke as it's burning off into east of the 5. Those areas are probably going to be smelling the smoke, seeing the smoke over the next couple of hours as the winds start to pick up in the afternoon. But right now it looks like the winds are going to stay calm, just burning in that west to east fashion. Of course, we'll take a look at it and see some more of the conditions of the fuel moisture and what to expect going into the summer season. We do have another warming trend on the way for the weekend, so keeping an eye on those temperature bumps and, of course, drier conditions. Phil, I'll send it over to you.
All right, Megan, thank you so much. We have some video of when this fire first began today, and this is from a camera on the UCSD campus. Let's go ahead and roll this, and you'll see it's a time lapse, and it really takes off very, very quickly here. This was taken over a period of about 2 hours, and you can see a chopper actually dropping in. And we just got this from CAL FIRE. This is again is that area that they're talking about, that red shaded area for the evacuation warning from down by the 56 here along the coast, also Carmel Valley. But then this information just came in from them. They said that there is now a temporary evacuation point at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. We don't know exactly where at the fairgrounds, but they're asking people who are evacuating now in that red shaded area to head over to the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Back to you guys.
All right, Phil, thank you very much. Worth noting that the fair is closed today. So
yes.
Mondays and Tuesdays is closed. So this week, one of those weeks that folks aren't going to be there. So if the
Be a little
people
more
do need to go
helpful
there
today with the fewer people on the roads. All right.